right, and welcome back to the outdoors. We're out here with the truck. It's a 97 Ford Ranger. We're going to put the tow package on today. Hopefully fairly straightforward. We've got all the brackets here and some instructions which we just generally ignore and toss to the side over there. I saw a couple videos and they were a little bit different than this vehicle here, so I figured I'd do this just so anyone who's doing this like I am for the first time and hasn't even, I have had this truck for several years and I've never even pulled the spare. So I had to even figure out where my hardware was. So by the way, it's on the passenger side pull-out seat in the rear. So you pull that out and you got your jack and your lug wrench here. This is a 3/4 inch, so I already went and did this part, but this is your lock here. It's a 3/4 inch. I just use a socket set to get that off, and then for mine you just jam it down. Then we've got to break this free. I don't know if it's necessary to remove the tire, but I noticed that the tire is flat, so I will tend to that and I will pull this anyways. Otherwise, I got to get this positioned up here. We're going to basically remove these two, back them out a little bit. We're not removing anything just yet. We're going to remove these two so the bumper gets loose, because this is all attached to the bumper here. And then we're going to replace it with the shims and the new hardware. I've already sprayed these a few days ago with some PB Blaster, and so they should be pretty easy to get out. They don't look too rusted. They look pretty good. So we're gonna take those two out. First thing I gotta do though is get the tire off. So this is a little rusty. I'm not gonna be turning that by hand. So what I'm gonna do to break this, and I'll do it off camera. To get the most leverage, you can slide the nut all the way in like this. And you got your leverage down here and you're just raking on it one way. See, I already freed it up, but that's basically the deal. So now we're just gonna go ahead and get this the rest of the way out. I got this tire bracket way up out of the way, just to make things easier. And I'm using the 3/4 inch to get the this nut out of the tire hanger, and then I go to use the same thing thinking it looked about the same size. This turns out it's actually 18 millimeter. This fits perfectly on 18 millimeter, which is weird because the new hardware, it's the new hardware is all 3/4, so you gotta use 18 millimeter. Maybe I don't need the bar. Knowing that, I can just hopefully do this. Yeah, okay, see, I don't need the bar. Maybe I don't need the bar. Okay. There you go. So we got one. There we go. Whew, I'm gonna go ahead and say that PB Blaster definitely helped free these, because this would have probably been harder. It's so much easier when you turn in the right direction. Huh. All right, the hard part's over now. The hole on the tow hitch actually fits around that nut, this one here. And then later we're gonna come in and drill a 1/2 inch hole right above it, but that's once this is already in place. So for your safety, you leave this one in, the bumper stays all happily up there, it's just loose enough so you can get everything positioned. So now what I'm going to actually do is fully remove this bolt here, and on the other side, I'm going to slide this into place and then put those two bolts back on and tighten them up and get everything a little bit tight. Then I'm going to get my drill and drill these holes. All right, so we've got the new hardware. We've taken out the old J-nuts and hardware. This is going to replace it now. So we're on the rearmost part of the bracket. I've loosened everything up so the bumper is freely spin around. And basically what I'm gonna do first now is just get the bumper. I can't film and hold everything at the same time. So now what the deal is, we're gonna take the tow hitch package, the tow bar here, and we're gonna set it up and then get this around it and just kind of loosely get everything fit in place so it's held up and being suspended on its own. All right, so that was really fun. What I'm doing here, just to show you, I'm using my knees to kind of hold it up in place just a little bit. I mean, it's already in, but I'm just showing the practice I used here along with my girlfriend kind of assisting sort of for a minute there. So anyways, we got the nuts on here. we're in. We've got the rear one in, mounted. This is the previous nut that fits right over there. So now I'm just going to drill this hole out. We got this pretty well tensioned up, as you can see. It doesn't really move. I kind of centered it around the hole, so when I'm looking through this hole, it's around that nicely. This one's tight. This one's a little bit bent down, but we're going to snug that up in a second. So first thing, just try to go straight through as best you can. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. 1/2 inch hole coming up. Not bad. I'm gonna reposition so I don't get a bunch of shit in my face. Getting close. Oh, hot embers. Battery's no good. Try it on low speed. There we go. We got a hole, real time. We're up here. We're gonna put our spacer or square block through here and put your spacer in the middle, just like so. Get your nut on there. Getting a little bit long for my wrench, so I'm going to come back and do that. But that's the idea. So we're going to go ahead and do the other thing, same thing on the other side now, and then tighten it up with the torque wrench to, I think it's 110 pounds. What is it, 100 something pounds? We'll check it. Next hole. The exhaust is kind of in line with where I want the drill, so I'm just going to use this bar somehow to jack it over to the side a little bit. Push that out of the way. Jam it in the dirt. Yeah. See, now the exhaust is free, so I can get my drill in here, hopefully. Yep, that looks pretty good. Let's start that. Oh man, I need to be high speed. Oof, falling right in my ear. Oof. All right, I'm gonna step out and do this if I'm not directly under. Try to use my arm against the ground for leverage, so it's easier to just push. Let the drill do the work. That's it. Helps when you have a battery that's fully charged. And now we get the other brackets. Yeah, put that in the back side here, and put your spacer in between the two. Make sure to get those metal bits right in your eyes. That's awesome. Okay, and there you go. So that's all set. I'm going to tighten those up with a torque wrench now, and hope that I hope that it's good. Let me go get that torque wrench, and we get these. It is 110 foot-pounds of torque we need, and then I'll be able to tow something around with this little bad boy. All right, so 110 foot-pounds. We want to, yeah, I gotta loosen this up first. Turn this to where it's at. We want 110. And you could put the 0 so you know you're at 110, not 112. There you go. Tighten this back up. This is my first time using this torque wrench, so bear with me. Make sure you're going the right direction, righty-tighty. Now let's get this going. Torque her up. Can I get it in there? I'm off the nut. Shit. It's really not an ideal situation here. I should have a longer, I need a longer thing again. No, Oh, I don't have enough to get in there. All right, I'll have to try the other one first. It's got to be over 110 pounds. There it is. Okay. All right. Oh, you know what I can do to help myself on this side is get this thing in my way, but out of my way. Okay. I really have no room in there. How am I going to get this in there? There's really no way to get this. You gotta be kidding me. I guess that works. That may work. Not too bad. Oh, it's falling off the nut. Just fell off the nut. Yeah, this one's weird. I'm not getting a good purchase on it. Like, can't really position it all the way up. All right, so now we're under here. I've got the other bolts torqued up to 110 foot-pounds, and I'm just gonna do the ones that I loosened by accident. Make sure these are nice and tight again. Hopefully I can get a torque wrench on this one too. All right, folks, we're done. All the hardware is installed. I'll give you a quick last look to make sure you get a good view of it while I'm not banging around doing a bunch of stuff. New holes, new hole here, and tighten these guys back up real good. And just remember, you don't need to take those out. It doesn't hurt to loosen them, just so everything is a little more smoother to get in there. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with the install. It looks real good. It's nice and tight. Everything's back on the truck. I am going to put this back together without the tire in it because the tire is a little old and it needs some help. So I'm going to attend to it before I replace this today. But that'll be up out of the way for now. And put the nut back in there, or the bolt back in there, so that's all secure. But yeah, that's it. So that's 96 Ford Ranger. 97, sorry truck. It's getting your birthday wrong. Then yeah, new tow hitch. Good, so it can tow up to 2,000 pounds, I say. It says, I guess, but it's very nice. It gets tucked right away, right under the license plate. Can't even see it. Perfect. All right, well, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Hope this helped. And until next time.